And the Chargers take the field at Sid Bryson Stadium.
All right, thank you, Rob Roop, and a fired-up group of Chargers make their way onto the field. The Forest View Jaguars getting ready to head out as well. And, Andy, what happened with that coin toss at midfield just minutes ago?
Forest View won the toss. They elected to defer to the second half, so Crest will take the offense to the field first tonight.
The other defensive starters for Crest tonight, it'll be Jordan Oates, the DB position, Dominique Roseborough, all-time leader in interceptions for the Chargers, and Gavante Craig. Offensively, Crest, of course, will go with Willie Green Jr. In the backfield will be the 30-touchdown junior on the year, Trey Harbison. Tight end Jacob Camp. That offensive line includes Davey Keener, Matthew Real, Jeremy Partlow, Chris Jones, Colin Byers, and the receivers, Traquan Hopper, Tyshawn Odom, and Quentin Thompson. The kicking, punt duties, of course, will be Alex Trejo, long snapper Colin Byers, punt returns Jordan Oates tonight, and all kick returns Preston Husky and Dominique Roseborough, which Crest has now. Chris Medlin sends the 11-2 Forest View Jaguars on the field tonight in their road white jerseys, white pants. They've got the black numerals, black helmets, and the 13-0 Crest Chargers. Head coach Mark Barnes, 60-13 at Crest, sends the Chargers out in their Charger green, gold numerals, Charger gold pants, and Charger gold helmets. It's time for our Jammy J's Pizza Factory opening kickoff. And Andy, we've got a couple of return men, and it looks like Trey Harbison is the deep man here. Crest has got a little bit of a different setup as we get ready to get things going. It'll be Hebner to kick it off as we send it over to you for this 3A state quarterfinal matchup.
Trey Hebner tees it up. Jammy J's Pizza Factory kickoff coming as we get ready for the state 3A quarterfinals on a crisp, cold, late November evening here at Sid Bryson Stadium. Trey Harbison standing near the 10.
This is Trey Hebner.
Hebner, a pooch kick taken by the Chargers at the 31. Down the sideline across.
Great return.
Midfield with it.
And Andy, that kick very short, and that was Dominique Roseborough, speedster, so you kicked it to him. And Crest with great field position. We talked about the Forest View kicking game. We didn't think they would kick it deep, and they certainly didn't to start the game. So Crest 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line, and Willie Green Jr. comes out. Trey Harbison will be in the backfield on this opening possession.
It is again with one back. Double wide to left, receiver to the right. Willie Green, the junior quarterback. Calling signals. Takes the high snap. Hands it off to Harbison. Harbison breaks free. He's to the 40. And
hit late, Andy. Where's the flag? Boy, he got hit late out of bounds and brought him down. He was 5 or 6 yards out, and luckily he didn't get one there, but a big first down run and a huge play. Boy, he got on the outside quick, Andy, and got a lot of yardage.
Harbison to the 32 of Forest View, 1st and 10. Gun, one back. Double wides left, receiver to the right. Willie Green takes the snap.
Green's going to keep it.
Football, big hole up the middle, and Willie Green in the house, score, touchdown.
Willie Green Jr. right up the middle, what a hole. They went after Trey Harbison, and Andy, it didn't take but 2 plays. And I think a lot of that, Andy, you know, you talk about the kicking game, but you get the ball to start out, and what do you think about that short kick? Especially, I didn't like that to start the game.
No,
in a game like this especially.
You can't give the Crest offense that short a field.
Rob, we were talking about it. Interesting, that short kick really set Crest up as we go down to you and see if Trey can make the extra point.
And guys, we talked about winning at the line of scrimmage, and the Charger offensive line just imposed their will against the Forest View defense. There's the snap. The kick is up. And that kick is good. So on the scoreboard update, sponsored by Medical Arts Pharmacy, and it is a playoff scoreboard. It's the Chargers 7, the Jaguars 0. This is Crest Charger football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Lizard, lizard, lizard.
Oh no, it's total mayhem.
Hurry, call your good neighbor.
You can't. They're not even there.
Why, they can't even lend a good hand. Oh. Relax. At Pegram Insurance, we've got you covered. Pegram Insurance Agency, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and in the Town and Country Shopping Center in Lincoln.
If someone tried
Down
to
to
say,
run. Extra point good by Trejo. 7-0 Crest. Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard. 11:35 left in the first quarter, and Alex Trejo has it teed up for the Jammin' Jays Pizza Factory kickoff. Mo Neal, one of the deep men for the Jaguars. Trejo's kick.
This may go in the end zone.
Taken at the 1 yard line. Up the sideline to the 15, 20. Neal breaks outside, and he's driven out of bounds near the 30.
Yeah, tremendous speed. You saw he broke a tackle there, Andy. That one taken right at the 1 yard line. But what a big opening possession for Crest. It just took 2 plays. They got a Pigram Insurance first down on a big run from Trey Harbison. And Andy, Willie Green, as we've talked about, not always a big threat. He scored a couple of times. He went right up the middle with a big carry. And here comes this Forest View offense. We talked about averaging over 40 points a game. They've scored 34 more in 9 consecutive games.
Crawford, the quarterback, up under center in I formation, and a receiver left side. Here's a handoff. Mo Neal right up the middle for a couple to the 30.
It'll be 2nd and 7 there for the Jaguar offense. We talked about Neal, 38 total touchdowns this year, 29 rushing, 9 receiving.
2-yard gain to the 32nd and 8 Jaguars. High formation, receiver split this time to the right. Crawford under center. Crawford hands off to Neal, this time over the left side for about 3, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Jaguars.
Stop made by Chris Willis.
Chris Willis made the tackle, the junior, who's had, as we mentioned in our pregame, such a big season.
3rd and 5.
Crest leads at 7-0 on our Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard. If you're just joining us, we're just a minute and a half into the game. Fans on their feet, Andy, because we've got an early big 3rd down. Crest trying to get this Forest View offense off the field here on their first possession.
This time the Jaguars in a gun, one back, trip split right side. Crawford is awaiting the snap, and Crest guilty of encroachment.
And that was very early too, Andy, that they jumped that time. And or maybe, I don't know, there was some movement, Andy. Let's see. Yeah, no, they're going to say
illegal procedure, Jaguar.
They're going to say the center moved his hand, Andy. That's why we saw Jared Brooks there, who, remember, plays that nose tackle, jump forward, but that was because that hand moved to the center, and now it's 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10, back to the 28. Trips right. Gun, one back. Crawford gets the snap, rolls back to throw, gonna get rid of it. It's caught at the 32, and that is
great
all.
Tackle after the catch. Great play by Mills, and good job by Crawford to get it away, Andy, under pressure. But there is another example, Andy, of this defense. You get very few yards after the catch.
Is there a flag now?
Well, it may have been. Wait a minute, there was a flag. I think it may have been called on Forest View too, Andy, but let's see if that's the call. Not sure.
Illegal procedure.
Yep.
Jaguars
And
refuse.
Yep, they'll get a couple of yards on the catch, but Forest View's going to be punting.
4th down.
Great tackle after the catch, and that's going to be key tonight as well for this Charger defense.
Jabari Foster on that tackle.
Yep. Great job, Foster. Just unbelievable how much he's improved this season. And this is Jordan Oates, the return man for Crest, around the 40.
Jaguars punting from their own 15. High snap.
Almost blocked.
Punt hits down at the midfield stripe and takes a Charger roll to the 48 of the Jaguars.
Well, I tell you, Rob, you start out your opening possession at your own 49. You're at the opponent's 48. You talk about field position, early starts. This is a big opportunity for Crest to extend this lead early. Big possession right now.
One thing we wondered about was our special teams, and we saw that with the kickoff. They didn't kick it deep. And once again, guys, this defense puts this offense in great field position.
1st and 10 Chargers. Forest View 48. Gun, one back, double wides left side. Swing pass, left side caught at the 50 to the 45 to the 40.
Still on his feet.
That's Husky down to the 20, rather the 37-yard line.
Preston Husky, the 6-foot junior, 170-pounder, and that time Andy just got on the outside, good blocking downfield. We talked about the physicality in the middle. We know Crest struggled course, they were playing a huge West Loran team. So far, they're playing well. Now we've got a face mask on Forest View. So the Jaguars, Andy, early on, that's their third penalty, and you don't want to give the Chargers any more field position. Let's see if this is a 5 or a 15.
15.
Yeah. Crest moving right down the field. They've already got a 7-0 lead, and if you could get up 14-0 early against an explosive offense like Forest View, this is huge right now.
1st and 10 Chargers down at the Forest View 22 after the 15-yard face mask call. Double wides right, a receiver left side. Gun with one back. Willie Green the second. Takes a snap. Here's Trey Harbison.
He's right up the middle.
Harbison down to the 10 to the 5 and is spun down about the 2.
Rob, it's no secret the first 3 minutes Crest is dominating early in the line of scrimmage.
Tim, we talked in the pregame. Our key to the game tonight was how Crest played at the line of scrimmage, and thus far it's not even close.
And Andy, Crest now, 1st and goal at the 3. Will they be in a power package? They are. Trey Harbison, can he get his 31st touchdown of the year?
Wildcat, Harbison on the carry over the left side. He's tripped up short of the goal line.
He's down just inside the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal. Good stop there by the Jaguars.
So 2nd and goal near the 1.
We've got a stoppage of play, and we may have an injured. We have an injured Charger, Andy.
Player down on the field. And an injury
back,
timeout.
And he's up. I think it's one of the Charger linemen. Nope. That's Jaleel Feaster. And he is coming off, and good to see him running, but he's in a lot of pain. That left, looks like maybe the left ankle. He's coming right to the bench. Chris Willis coming in for him, and Andy, he's such an important key to this Crest squad. It looks like he's trying to run it off right now. Yeah, we're just talking of a cramp, Andy, but it's like he's just trying to work it off.
2nd and goal at the 1. Wildcat again, receiver to the right. Harbison on the snap. Over the right side, drives straight ahead. Does he not get in?
Nope. He did not get it. Good push, and it is going to be 3rd and goal. Jaguars trying to get a big stand here, down 7-0 early in the ball game.
2 attempts by Harbison, not able to get it in.
And that time, Andy, you're talking about defensive line. Forestry did a good job of pushing that Crest offensive line back.
Again, the Wildcat, receiver left side, the deep back Trey Harbison. Harbison again takes the snap, right up the middle, and touchdown. And Trey Harbison has set the Cleveland County record for points scored in a season.
That's his 31st touchdown of the season, and it's 13-0 Crest on our Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard. Rob, give Forestry credit. They kept pushing and pushing, but Trey able to get that last push as we go down to you.
And guys, I tell you what, when I got Trey Harbison running the ball, give me 3 shots on the goal line, and I'll see if I can't get it in too. Trey took the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So on the scoreboard update, sponsored by Medical Arts Pharmacy, it's the Chargers 14, the Jaguars 0. This is Crest Charger football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
You wouldn't pay money for it. That's a product nobody wants. But without the right kind of maintenance for your car, that's what you get. Part of that maintenance should be regular oil changes. The folks at Rapid Pace Oil Change in Boiling Springs will take care of this aspect of maintenance for you. And Rapid Pace is an official state inspection station. So when your vehicle's state inspection date comes up, see the folks at Rapid Pace Oil Change, 201 South Main Street in Boiling Springs.
Year-round fun begins at the Bargain Station brand name outlet on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Keep cool with Baubles. Bobble-in sets are just $6.99 and complete bottle sets are $9.95. You'll find luggage and bags, sporting equipment including golf clubs, grills for
coming
cooking.
from Alex Trejo, 14-0 Crest on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Trey Harbison, a 1-yard run for the score. Kick from Trejo, high end over end, but short, taken at the 6-yard line. 10, 15, 20, down the sideline and out of bounds. Short of the 30 is Mo Neal.
Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard update. Andy, South Point strikes first. They lead East Loran 7-0.
I got you a scoreboard update down here if you would like it.
Okay, Rob, that might be what we've got, but let's go down to you.
Well, mine's from the eastern part of the state. I've got Havelock 7, Eastern Alamance 0.
Thank you, Rob, so very much. Games going on in the 3A quarterfinals tonight. It's 1st and 10 at the Forest View 25, down now 14-0.
Shotgun, one back, trip split to the right side. Crawford gets the snap. Crawford,
He's gonna keep
quarterback
it.
keep over the left side, and he's across to the 30-yard line to about the 31.
Nice gain of maybe 7 for the quarterback, the 6'1", 187-pound senior, John Crawford.
Give him 8 to the 33, 2nd and 2 for the Jaguars.
They've got a lot of speed when you think about Crawford, you think about Neal, and you think about that wide receiving core.
Trips right. Receiver left. Gun with one back. Crawford takes a snap. Hands it off to Neal. Neal right up the middle. Drives ahead, but I believe he's short of the first down at the 34.
Excuse me, Andy. It'll be 3rd and 1 here. I don't know if he got anything out of that. Maybe 3rd and 2. They will give him a yard. No, that was Rogers. That was Montavious Rogers, number 4.
So Rogers gets a yard. Another big 3rd down for Forest View here in the first quarter. 3rd and 1 at their own 34-yard line.
Crest faithful on their feet again on this 3rd short.
High formation. Receiver left side. Crawford under center. Crawford.
He goes nowhere.
Loss in the backfield.
Omar Brooks just leveled him in the backfield, Andy.
Mo Neal loses yards.
Tried to go on the outside, and that went backwards against this Crest defensive line. And they tried to run right at Omar Brooks, and that never goes well this season. That was I'm a little shocked at that. He just shot out of his defensive end position.
Forest View to punt it from the 15. Crest at their 45 to receive. Oates is back for Crest. There's a kick. It's a low liner. Taken by Oates.
Good
and he's
tackle.
down at the 44.
Great tackle, Andy, by Trey McGaskill, who really got down and got a good ankle tackle that time on Jordan Oates. But again, Crest with tremendous starting field position at their own 44. They've had 2 possessions, 2 scores.
Willie Green brings the offense back on the field. Up 14-0.
Willie Green has scored a touchdown. Trey Harbison has scored to give Crest this early 14-0 lead.
Double wides right, a receiver to the left, a wing to the left side.
Down to 7 on the play clock.
Green still barking out the signals. Willie takes the snap, hands it off to Harbison. Harbison cuts back inside, midfield to the 49.
Yeah, he got hit initially around the 47 and then just drug a defender about another 3 or 4 yards. And anytime you can get 7, 8 yards on first down, good things are going to happen for this Crest offense tonight.
2nd and 3 at the Jaguar 49. Gun one back. Back to throw. Green completes the pass to Husky.
He took a
and
shot.
He is slammed down at the midfield stripe.
He took a shot, Andy, from Logan Melcier, the linebacker. And Husky that time was trying to cut back, and that time Melcier cut back in and made a big-time tackle. And it is going to be 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 from midfield for the Chargers. Trips right, receiver to the left. Gun one back.
And it looks like they jumped offside, Andy, and they
Forest View guilty of encroachment.
That was that call you were looking for last Friday night
Yeah.
in the West Lorraine game where we didn't get. This will be a Crest first down. And that is 4 penalties, I believe, so far for the Jaguars in this first quarter. 3, because Crest did decline the 1 penalty, excuse me.
That's a first down. 5-yard pickup to the 45, 1st and 10. Chargers at the Jaguar 45. Double wides right, a receiver to the left, gun with 2 backs. Handoff.
There's Harbison.
Harbison over the left side, drives to the 40-yard line and spun out of bounds.
Got about 5 on first down. Harbison,
That's
Andy,
a scoreboard update down here.
got a standing ovation a minute ago for breaking that county record. Okay, Rob.
Eastern Alamance and Havelock now tied at 7 in the eastern part of the state.
Lincoln and Andy leading East Lincoln early 7-0. That game obviously just underway.
2nd and 5, Chargers at the Jaguar 40, gun with 1 back. Handoff is to Trey Harbison over the left side, drives ahead and pushed back at the 37.
He's going to be 2 yards short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 2 at the 42 of Forest View, or excuse me, at the 37 of Forest View.
No huddle offense again employed by the Chargers. 3rd and 2 at the 37. 14-0 Crest. 4:25 left first quarter.
Crest really, at times, Andy, in this opening quarter, moving fast offensively. Now they're in the Wildcat on this 3rd and short.
Receiver split left and right. Harbison takes a snap left side.
He's
got
got
a
it.
first down to the 33.
Good push. And anytime you get the big man, Trey Harbison, who's had such a phenomenal season, another first down. And I go back to the starting field position for so far on all 3 Crest offensive possessions. Been outstanding in this first quarter.
Shotgun one back, trips right, a receiver left side. Green
They jumped again.
gets him to jump again. That hard count, Tim.
I'll tell you, Rob, one thing about Forest View tonight in this ball game, certainly they've come in fired up, but, sometimes your emotion can hurt you. They really struggled defensively, really jumpy at times so far in this game.
Guys, when we talked about how magnified penalties and turnovers can be in a playoff game, and right now those penalties really hurting Forest View.
First down and 5 of the Chargers at the Jaguar 28. Double wides left and right. Shotgun with one back. Green gets the snap. Here's Trey Harbison up the middle to the 25.
And he is getting on every carry at least at worst 4 or 5 yards. And it's going to be 2nd and 1 after the penalty. Crest offensive line, Andy, we talked about last week their struggles because of how good West Lorraine is. Forest View's front four pretty big, but Crest so far doing just a great job getting that push and getting Trey some nice carries.
Trips right, a receiver left side. Shotgun again with one back. Green back to throw under pressure. Gets rid of the
He's
football.
got a man open.
And it is incomplete at the 2-yard line. Knocked away by Forest View.
Great job to knock it away at the last minute. Green was throwing it as he was going down. Luckily, that thing wasn't underthrown a little bit because McCaskill could have picked it off and taken it to the house, but good pressure that time by Forest View.
So it's 3rd and 1 Chargers at the Jaguar 24-yard line.
I think Chargers trying to catch that defense, especially the secondary, a little bit off there, but good pursuit, good defense by Forest View. Chris Willis leading the way on this Wildcat package.
Receiver right side. Trey Harbison over the right side. He's got the first down and goes across the 20 to the 18 or 19.
He slipped down, able to get another yard, but it's another Pegram Insurance Charger first down. Certainly hope our listening audience had a wonderful Thanksgiving, having a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend. If you're just joining us, Crest leads at 14-0, under 3 minutes. And they've got a 1st and 10 at the Jaguar 18.
Shotgun one back, double wides right, a receiver to the left. Trey Harbison up the middle again, and Trey this time short gain out to about the 15. And what Crest is doing now is eating up this first quarter clock.
You talk about an offense that can score the way the Forest View can. You want to not only have the lead, but do good things.
There's Willie Green, quarterback keeper to the 10.
He's got room.
He's to the 5, and he's spun out of bounds near the 2.
And Andy Willie has had a great first quarter. That time he just followed his blockers. And another Pegram Insurance Crest first down. Rob, what about Willie Green? That time, you don't always have to have the greatest speed in the world. When you follow your blockers, good things happen.
Guys, don't forget Willie nursing that injury from last week, and he's coming out playing aggressive. I was actually down here talking to his mom, and he said, my arm's going to have to fall off before I'm out of this game tonight.
1st and goal at the 3. Wildcat receiver left side. Trey Harbison takes the snap, and the ball's on the ground at the 10. Harbison able to get on it.
And that is a big loss because you were on the verge, Andy, possibly, and you've still got a couple of downs, but short yardage of going up possibly 3 touchdowns, and we've seen Crest with some snapping issues that time. Harbison, the good news, though, he got back on the ball.
2nd and goal at the 10-yard line now. 2:03 to play, first quarter, 14-0 Chargers in front. Again, the Wildcat. Receiver split to the left. Harbison takes the snap, and he is spun down near the line of scrimmage.
Good push on the outside by the Jaguars, and give credit that time to Rathbone and Mills made the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and goal now. Ball back it's going to be at the 11 now, so Crest is looking at a 3rd and long situation, 1.5 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Willie Green back at a quarterback in the gun with one back, double wides left, receiver split to the right side. Green got a man in motion, Green rolling back to throw. Here's
It's
the
a
screen. Caught. 10-5. And is
I
he
think
in
he
there?
got in.
Touchdown.
Who called it? Traquan Hopper. And a great play call. It was set up as a kind of a screen, a last-minute screen, but give Hopper credit for the effort. He dove into the end zone. And what a play on that little misdirection play for the Chargers. Rob, it was a great catch, but even better effort for Hopper diving in for the touchdown.
Right here in front of me, Tim, and Hopper would not be denied on that touchdown. What a great catch and run. Trey Hunter took the extra point. Kick is up, and that kick is good. On the Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard, it's now the Chargers 21, the Jaguars 0. This is Crest Charger football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
More. All at big savings to you. The Bargain Station name brand outlet, 4400 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right next to Honda Motorcycles. Open Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, Saturdays, 9 till 2. At Absolute Collision Center in Shelby, they go the extra mile for you, including a complimentary rental car. Come in for the details. Yes, wrecking your car is certainly a bummer, especially if you are just visiting this summer. Do not despair, a save is what you need. Getting a home run is how to take the lead. With speed and efficiency, our repairs round the bases, all for the simple payoff of your smiling faces. Absolute Collision Center, 2314 South Post Road.
First quarter, Crest 21 and Forest View nothing on the Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard. Screen pass for the score. Trejo extra point good. Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff from Trejo. And it is going to be taken at the 5-yard line. 10, and he falls down at the 15. Mo Neal.
Yeah, he fell down in India. I was looking. We had a lot of rain here, remember, in the middle of the week, middle of the field. Obviously, when you talk about the cold and the rain, not in the best conditions. Emil trying to cut it. He's a big type of cut it running back and return man, and he slipped that time. So 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Crest has had scores in this first quarter from touchdown scores from Willie Green Jr., Trey Harbison, and then that screen pass to Traquan Hopper to take a 21-0 lead.
Crawford brings him up. He's in the gun with one back. Trips right, a receiver to the left side. Crawford.
Down to 1 on the play clock.
Crawford hands off right up the middle. Not much to go there. Rogers on the carry.
Rogers the bigger of the two backs when you talk about him and O'Neal.
Rogers to about the 17, 2nd and 8. Time running down in the first quarter. 48 seconds to play. Glad you joined us on this Thanksgiving weekend, wherever you are, listening to Crest Charger playoff football. Trips right. Receiver to the left. Shotgun. Again, one back in the backfield beside Crawford. Crawford on a long count. Play clock at 10. Crawford takes a snap. Going to pitch
The
to
ball's
Neal.
on the ground, and
Ball
Crest
fumbled.
has got it. What kind of a play, Andy? That one just fell apart immediately. That was a disastrous. It looked like that. I thought it may be a trick play, but he threw it behind where Neal was, and that was an absolute disaster.
And Crest has it 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
It's at the 9, actually, is where they're spotting it, but up 3 touchdowns. I tell you, Rob, I'm not sure what happened there, but when you run a play like that, down 3 touchdowns, you got to know where everybody is. That looked like total confusion that time.
And I tell you what, guys, I think I saw some guys not much interested in picking up a football knowing there was guys coming.
Yeah, that's a good point, Rob, but Crest has really looked good, and they've got a chance to put Forest View in a major hole here.
Chargers in the Wildcat on 1st and goal.
No, they're going to keep it.
There's a big hole up the middle. Touchdown.
Was that Husky? Wait a minute, though. They're going to call a penalty, though, Andy. The side judge, Andy, the touchdown signal never came because I believe we've got a penalty. They're going to call a holding on Crest, so that'll bring back. That was Husky and the Wildcat who broke it loose for the touchdown, but it will come back. I believe that is just the first penalty for the Chargers in this first quarter. So we've got a holding penalty that brings this touchdown back.
Markoff back to the 18. And it's first and goal from the 18.
I want to correct that. I believe that was Husky, not Hopper, that scored there that was brought back on the penalty. Now Green in at quarterback.
Gunn with one back, double wides left, a receiver to the right, and that's the end of the first quarter after one on the Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard. It's the Crest Chargers 21, the Forest View Jaguars nothing. Crest Chargers playoff football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
704-482-3616 or visit the website at AbsoluteCollisionCenter.com.
Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Nissan. Those are the powerhouse of vehicles you'll find at Marburger in Shelby. Plus quality pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. And of course, a service department that is second to no one. So when you're in need of a new vehicle, see Marburger at 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
21-0 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard. Crest with a second and goal from the 18 now after the holding call.
Actually, Andy, it's going to be a first and goal after that penalty. That'll be spotted at the 18. That was how the first quarter ended. Crest scored, but it was brought back on the penalty. So they'll start first and goal at the 18 of Forest View.
Double wides left, receiver to the right. Wing to the right, Gunn with one back. Green takes the football, hands it off. Nope, Green keeps it, gonna throw it, and it's incomplete at the 5-yard line.
Looking for Devontae Husky, and Husky can't bring it in. Good coverage downfield that time for the Jaguars, and it'll be second and goal now from the Jaguar 18. It's been all Crest so far. If you're just joining us, 3 touchdown scores. Willie Green Jr., Trey Harbison, Traquan Hopper have all scored touchdowns. Crest has had great field position. 1 turnover in that first quarter, and that was a Forest View turnover.
Trips left, receiver to the right, Gunn, one back. Audible by Willie Green. Plenty of time on the play clock. Green takes a snap. Over the middle, caught.
He caught it.
Down to about the 2-yard line.
Tyshawn Odom with a great catch and great pass on the slant. And beautifully thrown. Led Odom right into the catch. And it's going to be first or third and goal. You're right, Andy. Obviously, they can't get a first down at the 2, maybe?
2-yard line.
Yep, so third and goal. Can Crest add this to this lead? I should say make it a 4-touchdown lead early in the second quarter.
Let's call it the 3 third and goal. And Crest in the Wildcat with the receiver left side.
Down to 7 on the play clock.
Harbison takes a snap right up the middle, drive straight ahead. He's in there, touchdown.
So Forest View down 21-0, turns the ball over, gives Crest a short field, and they capitalize on it. Trey Harbison is second of the night, his 32nd of the year, and it is 27-0. And I tell you, Rob, I don't think anybody in their wildest imaginations could have asked for a better start as we go down to you for the Crest Chargers.
Let me throw a couple scores on you right quick. I got down here, guys. Tied at 14, Eastern Alamance and Havelock. Asheville up 7-0 on Weddington. There's the snap. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So on the scoreboard update, sponsored by Medical Arts Pharmacy, and that's right, we're in the playoffs. It's the Chargers 28, the Jaguars 0. This is Crest Charger football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Keep the Christmas spirit year-round. Coming to Sandy's Country Christmas. You'll find Christmas items, of course, plus seasonal merchandise such as Valentine, Easter, Vacation Bible School, patriotic, and Thanksgiving items. And there's always a good selection of flowers for just 99 cents. Sandy's is open year-round, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., never on Sunday. Sandy's is open Thanksgiving Day to Christmas Eve, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sandy's Country Christmas, Highway 74 West, 2 miles past Ingalls in Shelby.
By Trey Harbison, 3-yarder. Extra point good by Trejo. Crest 28 and Forest View nothing. Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard 11:01 left first half. Trejo tees it up for a Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff. And there it is, taken at the 2 by Mo Neal to the 10, up the middle of the field. Now he breaks outside and is going to be driven out of bounds at about the 20.
And here's a late flag, Andy. Not sure what that is. There's no way that was a hit. They never touched Mo when he went out of bounds. I don't know if it might have been a push. He was on the sideline, but I don't think he was ever touched. So let's see what this penalty is going to be that was thrown very late. The head official, and they're going to call a block in the back on Forest View.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I didn't see much after that, and apparently there was a block in the back. Didn't see that either. Forest View, Andy, really struggling with penalties. Here you are down 4 touchdowns. Now you're going to be backed up all the way. They're going to be inside the 15 at the
10-yard line.
No, they're going to mark it right at the 14, I believe.
Okay.
Yep, and the tough thing, ladies and gentlemen, it's tough to see the lines now because, first of all, it's the field has become obviously very brown, getting a little bit messy out there.
Shotgun, 1 back, double wides left. Crawford straight back in the pocket, wants to throw it, rolling out, and he keeps the football.
Gets knocked out of bounds.
Chris Willis.
Willis chased him. He didn't have anybody open downfield. Good coverage by that Charger secondary.
No gain. 2nd and 10 at the 14 for the Jaguars.
So it will be 2nd and 10. It's been all Crest in the first 14 minutes of this 3A state quarterfinal matchup tonight.
Crawford up again in the gun with 1 back, sends double wide split left side. Crawford takes the football, hands it off up the middle, and nothing doing.
He got leveled.
Willis made the stop.
And Willis, Andy, already having a tremendous defensive game for the Chargers. This defense, as we remember, coming in tonight, only 66 points in 13 games, which is just a little over 5 points a game.
Lost back to the 12. It is 3rd and 12 at the 12-yard line for the Forest View Jaguars.
And the Crest fans who are already jacked up, Andy, on their feet, they want that offense back on the field.
Trips left, shotgun, 1 back. Receiver to the right. Crawford takes a snap, in trouble, breaks away, and is knocked down.
No, he's still on his feet.
Keeps his feet.
Great.
And gets to the 20, but short of the first down.
And then if he'd had maybe only 5 or 6 yards, that would have been a great first down. The problem, he needed 11, and he gets about 6 back. He took several shots, stayed on his feet. Good effort from him, but it is 4th down and 5, and the Jaguars will have to punt again. Mo Neal, Andy, only -1 yards rushing so far early in this ball game.
Forest View will punt it from their own 5.
And that is Hebner to punt from the, as you mentioned, the 5.
Oates at the 45 of the Jaguars to receive. Not a big rush. There's a low liner taken by
Oates. Oh, my word.
And he almost lost the ball, but falls down at the 37.
Not only that, he lost his footing, and he slid about 2 yards before spinning around and luckily staying on his feet. But look at this field position again. Rob, you mentioned it just minutes ago. Look what defense is doing for these offensive possessions, just making it easy so far.
Guys, we go back to what we saw early in the season, and we saw it from the beginning of the year. This defense has given this offense great field position.
Double wides left and right, shotgun, 1 back on first down in Jaguar territory. Green back to throw on first down, looking deep. And
he's going to be wide open!
Touchdown!
No, did he get in? Yes! Preston Husky, unbelievable.
What an effort. Maybe could be the best offensive night of the year for the Chargers, and it comes in the 3rd round of the playoffs.
Crest is just destroying, ladies and gentlemen, a good Forest View team. Rob, Crest is making Forest View so far look like a team that may have come in here tonight with 6 or 7 losses. They are 11-2 as we go down to you.
Guys, this is insane. I mean, I felt like the Chargers had a chance to pull out a victory, but I don't think any of us saw this. The kick is up, and the kick is good. On the scoreboard update, sponsored by Medical Arts Pharmacy, it's now the Chargers 35, the Jaguars 0. This is Crest Chargers football playoff time on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Comfortable just got more affordable. From Bill Schufert Heating and Air Conditioning in Shelby and American Standard. Keep cool this summer with one call to Bill Schufert Heating and Air and get up to $1,100 in rebates. Plus, ask about special financing available on famous American Standard equipment. Call 704-484-0025 or drop by their office at 213 Campbell Street in Shelby. Get up to $1,100 in rebates now on American Standard. Bill Schufert Heating and Air and American Standard, where your comfort is our concern. It's time to order your fresh
35-0 Crest after the Trejo extra point. Good on the Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard. Alex tees it up for a Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff.
This is a good kick here.
Taken at the 1-yard line by Neal to the 10. 15, trying to get outside, hesitates, and he's down at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, he's tried to cut Andy, and it just didn't work against this speed of Crest. And you talking about a start. Crest has put 35 up in the first 16 minutes of this game. An unbelievable start tonight. I don't think anybody expected this. 35-0 in this ball game. And, Andy, if you're Chris Medlin and the Jaguars, what are you thinking right now? I guess, first of all, you got to get first downs, and you got to find a way to get a big score here to get back in this ball game.
Spotted at the 14, 1st and 10 for the Jaguars, their own 14-yard line.
That was the second touchdown pass of the night for Willie Green Jr. What a beauty it was to Devontae Husky, who took two nasty shots, or Preston Husky, excuse me, who caught it and got knocked right into the end zone.
Trips right, Reese. Gunn with one back, and Crawford rolling to his right, going to throw it.
And there's nobody there but Chris
intercepted by the Chargers. Reversing his field.
He's got some room, Andy.
40, and falls down on that slick field at the 36.
Jabari Foster. And who was Crawford throwing that ball to, Andy? First view looks completely out of sync, doing everything the complete opposite I've seen him do on film. And, Andy, the main reason because what Crest has done in this first quarter and a half tonight.
1st and 10, Crest at the Jaguar 36-yard line after the interception by Foster. Green out in the gun with one back. We got double wides, right, a receiver to the left, a wing to the left side. Green to Harbison. Harbison over the right side. Dives out near the 30. And that middle of the field is extremely slick tonight, Tim.
Yeah, that's one reason Jabari Foster, who was thinking about cutting in, didn't even try it because it is slick. We've seen Neal have problems for Forest View, and you got to really be in good shape.
No huddle offense. Swing pass right side.
There's Hopper.
Hopper down to about the 25.
He's going to be close to another Pegram Insurance Crest first down, and Crest doing whatever they want, whenever they want on both sides of the ball right now. And it's the third and inches, I would say.
Football at the 27 of the Jaguars. 35-0 Crest, 7:26 to play. First half, Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard.
And Andy Harbison limping off a little bit. It's going to come off the field. I think he may have gotten injured a little bit on that previous play. He's talking to some of the coaching staff, and I tell you what, the Crest may call a timeout here. We'll stay right here. One of the concerns you mentioned, the sleep, you got to be careful. You could have an injury in this with the field conditions the way they are. We do have a timeout.
Timeout on the field, 7:26 to play in the first half. Chargers lead it 35-0 over the Jaguars on the Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard.
I want to remind you, Andy, that, of course, coming up at halftime tonight, it will be the Absolute Collision halftime show. We'll look back at what's been an unbelievable start for the Crest Chargers. We'll be looking at some other scores going on around the area. And I tell you, Rob, Crest, it's just been one of those nights where Crest, everything has gone their way. Forest View, 2 turnovers already. You know, Crawford really had no business throwing that ball a minute ago, but Rob, right now Forest View is completely, I don't know if they know what has hit them right now.
I tell you guys, we talked about if Crest played the complete game, they had a chance to be really good and a chance to score a lot of points, and defense playing great. Right now, it has just turned into the perfect storm for Crest, and poor Forest View right now is stuck right in the middle of it.
And, Andy, a score here could really put Forest View in a scenario that makes it almost improbable to get back in this ball game. And that's That's Hopper in the Wildcat.
Hopper trying to turn the corner, comes down the sideline. He's to the 20, 15.
I was going to say stepped out of bounds, and now there's a late flag as well.
He stepped out of bounds at about the 22.
And they may call holding as well on the Chargers. They're going to call that on the outside on one of the receivers. Hopper, good job getting on the outside. There's a second holding penalty on Crest.
Let's see where they're going to mark it off from. Looks like about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, this is going to be a big penalty to back him up.
And it goes back to the 43.
And I think the reason that obviously Hopper was in there, Trey Harbison is dealing with a little bit of an injury on that couple of plays ago. So Hopper is in. Now Willie Green's back in. And Hopper's going to be in the back. We've seen Traquan run the ball before in this offense.
Gun with one back. That's Hopper. Double wides left and right. Willie Green gets the snap, back to throw, over the
He's
middle,
got a man wide open.
30, down to the 27.
Close to a first down. It'll be third and short, or it'll actually be fourth and short. That was third down, I believe.
Husky on the reception.
Yeah, he was wide open in the middle of the field. Willie Green, it's 4th and inches, or 4th and 1, and you got to believe Crest to go for it, or will they? I see Dominique Roseboro coming in this game, too, Andy. We may see some power ball here.
Dominique in the offense first time tonight.
This could be the Wildcat with Roseboro on 4th and 1. Crest trying to get down and extend this 35-0 lead.
Roseboro waits the snap, the deep back in the Wildcat. There's the snap. Dominique over the right side, and he tries to stretch the football out.
I don't know that he did. He took a nasty shot. Good pursuit. It's all going to depend on the spot, Andy. He may be short.
Are they going to bring the chains on?
Coach Barnes is wanting the chains to be brought on, but first he's bringing their offense on the field. I don't think he got it. It looked like initially he was going to get it. He tried to stretch out.
Now they're going to bring the chains on. Although Forest View put their offense back out there, but they're going to measure it.
They're trying to get Forest View's players to separate so they can get the chain crew out here. And now they're getting ready to come out, I believe.
6.5 to play. First half, 35-0 Crest.
This will be a big stop here for Forest View, who is really on the ropes right now. And this will be close.
Ticket number 513.
Chains brought out on the field.
Repeating 513-0357. Next ticket 513-0436.
There's the stretch.
513-0436. Next ticket.
And he did not get it. So a big stop for Forest View. And Andy Dominique broke initially away from the tackle, but he was not able to get enough to get that first down.
So Forest View holds, and the big element in that offensive possession was that holding call, Tim.
Yep, that holding penalty hurt Trey Harbison. I see him running right down in front of us. I think he's trying to run that little bit of pain that he's got. He's moving pretty good, so hopefully the junior is okay already. 2 touchdowns in this first half.
So Forest View 1st and 10 at their own 27. Trying to get something going in this ball game. Trips stacked to the right, a receiver to the left, and an empty backfield. Here's a pitch play to Mo Neal trying to get outside. Neal's run out of bounds.
He's not going to go anywhere. He's had very little yardage on the ground in this first half, and he didn't get much there on first down.
He lost a couple.
Just too much speed. Jabari Foster, Andy, already with a interception. He's having a great first half of this Crest defense.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 at the 25 for the Jaguars.
470-348. 357-436.
And Forest View, Andy, looks very confused offensively. They're looking for that. They're a big play team. They've not been able to get it in this first half so far.
Trips stacked left side. Crawford under center. Neal the deep back. Neal on the carry.
He's going nowhere.
He breaks the tackle.
No, he's still on his feet.
Reverses his field. And now is knocked down back at about the 17.
Rob, Mo Neal is a tremendous athlete, but I tell you, when you got guys that are quick from 1 to 11, we've talked about this, very few weaknesses. You can't stop and start against this defense.
Tim, we talked about Mo Neal like to get to the edge, and we felt like Crest could get out there with him, and so far he just does not have any running lanes tonight.
Lost back to almost to the 15.
And he's trying to start, stop, and outrun Crest, and just way too much talent to do that tonight.
3rd and 21 for the Jaguars. Trips left side, a receiver to the right, shotgun, one back. Crawford awaits the snap. Gets a football, back to throw.
He's in trouble again.
And he's sacked.
Did Omar get him, Andy? I think Willis may get credit for it as he goes down again. And give that Crest secondary credit. Tremendous coverage downfield once again.
And Crawford was slipping and sliding with that wet part of the middle of the field, Tim.
Yeah, the field is really slick, as we've talked about, anywhere from really all the way down the field.
Hefner to punt it from the end zone. Let's see if Crest goes for the block here. Hefner with
the ball's blocked.
It's blocked. Picked up by the Chargers at the 17.
One of the Chargers, Andy, did a complete 360 and may have got a hand on it in another disastrous play as Crest will have great field position.
Hefner just simply slipped down trying to punt it.
Yeah, and it looked like it hit a Crest defender literally right on the shoulder pads who was trying to block it as well.
So Crest, great field position again. 1st and 10 at the Forest View 17 with 4:39 to play first half.
Harbison is back in the backfield with Willie Green, who's already thrown 2 touchdown passes.
Double wide left receiver to the right. Green hands it off to Harbison, and Harbison's going to be thrown for a loss. As I believe Forest View came with a blitz.
Yeah, they did, and give a lot of credit that time. And the big Tremaine Booker, who was all over that play. And he's going to be about a 4 or 5 yard loss here for Crest on first down.
Loss back to the 20. It is 2nd and 13.
(21-19). Andy South Point leading East Roran.
Trips left receiver to
And
the
they
right.
jumped again.
Forest View offsides.
I believe that's the 3rd or 4th offside penalty, and Forest View just way too many mental mistakes in this game tonight. That is the 4th penalty, the 4th offsides penalty, I should say, in this first half on the Jaguars.
2nd and 9 now for the Chargers at the 16. Double wise left receiver to the right. Wing to the right. Shotgun, one back. There's Green to Harbison, driving up the middle to the 13, maybe the 12.
And that'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 for Crest.
Brings up 3rd.
If Coach Barnes, Andy, you'd love to add to this. You're up 5 touchdowns, but you're deep in your opponent's territory. Want to add to this lead here late in the first half.
3rd and 6 at the 12. Trips left, receiver to the right, shotgun with one back. Green back to throw. Over the middle, caught.
I believe it's caught.
Nope, incomplete near the goal line.
So it hit the ground. It was thrown low.
Intended for number 16.
That was Tyshawn Odom, Andy, who tried to go down and get it and just couldn't bring it in. And it is going to be 4th down and 5. And I believe they're going to bring in Alex Trejo here, Andy, to try to extend this to a 38-point lead. Let's see where they're spotting the ball.
They got to put it down at the 18. It's going to be, or at the 19. It's going to be a 29-yard attempt.
All right, Rob, 29 yarders. We go down to you.
Could be a record-breaking field goal here for Trejo. Field goals in a career. There's a snap. The kick is up. And the kick is no good, guys, on the change of possession. Let's send it back up to you.
Andy, that snap was high. Trejo never got much on it, and he just missed it that time. And the one thing, as good as Crest has played in, they've had 2 possessions that they would have loved to have points on. They were not able to finish on the last couple of possessions, and Coach Barnes is not going to be happy about that. Certainly happy about the way that they've started out to get this 35-0 lead, though.
And you got to think with Alex, it's just totally a mental thing on this trying to break the field goal record. Tim, he has really struggled on field goals last couple of games.
He struggled on it, and then when you add that high snap and you're off a little bit on your timing, and give Forest View credit, Crest could easily have a much bigger lead, and they have held Crest off on 2 consecutive possessions.
1st and 10 at the 20 for the Jaguars. Trips right, a receiver to the left, shotgun, 1 back. Play clock under 10. Crawford keeps the football, and Crawford is swarmed under. He's going to lose back to the 17.
And there again, and trying to hesitate and find room. Omar Brooks all over the field again tonight, makes the tackle, and it's 2nd and long. Under 3 minutes to go in this first half. Rob Roop, Andy, of course, will have head coach Mark Barnes as he takes the Chargers into the locker room. We mentioned that South Point, Andy, leading East Lorraine 21-19. That is a high-scoring game already.
Shelby 7, Reedsville nothing.
Shelby leading Reedsville 7-0 in the first half.
2nd and 13. Empty backfield. Trips left, double wides to the right, and Crawford going to try and get rid of it. Rolling to his right, throws it, caught, and nothing doing.
He might have got a yard at the most. Let's see who caught it. Caleb Mills, the 6'3 receiver, caught it, got very little. And now Mark Barnes is going to call a timeout. We'll take it here. Crest leads at 35-0. 2:03 to go in this first half, and we're back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Turkey breast from Orris Supermarket and Broad River Hams in Shelby. Yes, the holidays are here. Take $5 off a half Broad River baked ham, fully cooked and spiral sliced and honey spice glazed, ready to eat. And it might be time to celebrate with a steak, like a big Angus ribeye for only $8.99 a pound, and big juicy Boston butts, $1.76 a pound by the case. Orris Supermarket and Broad River Hams, 1026 East Marion Street in Shelby. Keep warm this winter and save money too with the new Echo.
Forest View Jaguars nothing in the Medical Arts Pharmacy Playoff scoreboard, and for the Jaguars, it is 3rd and 14 from their own 16-yard line. They have had horrible field position the entire first half.
And that's been one of the big stories. Field position has been a nightmare for as you said, this entire game, and it's led to 2 turnovers, and of course a lot of that's been due to a tremendous Crest defense once again tonight.
Double wides to the right. Shotgun, 1 back. Crawford back to throw. Over the middle.
He's got a man open.
Going deep. And knocked away at the Crest 45.
He had a man open. He underthrew it, Andy, and that gave the Crest defender time to get there and knock it away.
But look how many green shirts were there.
Yeah, even if he caught it, it was a fight, and that just shows you the tremendous athletes in that secondary, and he just couldn't get it to the intended receiver.
So 4th down for the Jaguars again.
And Coach Barnes, Andy, called that timeout because he wants his offense to be able to capitalize, again, what could be good field position. A minute ago, remember, Hefner slipped and only got about a 5-yard punt.
Hefner standing on the end zone line. There's a kick. Gets it out of there. Hits down at the 35 and will roll
maybe up to
out of bounds.
See about 38, I believe. Let's see where they spot it.
1:47 left until halftime. 1st and 10 Chargers at the 38 at Forest View.
I tell you, Rob, it's been a long time, and really in a playoff game that I've seen. Crest has started every possession in Forest View territory but one. When you have that happen, good things are going to happen for you.
We talked about this offense of Forest View versus this defense of Crest, and right now it is all Charger defense, and they are really putting their offense in great position.
Trips right side, receiver to the left, gun, 1 back. Green rolling to his right, trying to throw it. Got a man open.
He's caught
at the 15. Down to the 12 is Hopper.
He was wide open, Andy, and he'll give Crest another Pegram Insurance first down. Good job of that Crest offensive line to give Green time to throw the ball as well.
1st and 10 Chargers, Forest View 12-yard line. 1:37 left until intermission. Shotgun, one back. Green back to throw.
He's got a man open and he dropped it.
Yeah, dropped near the goal line.
Yep. That time he was looking for Husky, Devontae Husky, who has had a couple of catches in this game already.
2nd and 10 at the 12. 1:25 to play. Trips right, receiver to the left. Gun, one back. Audible called by Green. He resets Harbison from left to right in the backfield. Green gets a snap. Gonna throw it. And it is
Almost picked off and should have been caught. Should have been picked off too, Andy. That's one of those plays really for both. Drop pass.
knocked away or through the arms of a Charger and almost picked off in the end zone.
Quentin Thompson, Andy's mad himself because it went right through his hands and then dropped by the Forest View defender in the end zone. So Crest has dropped 2 passes on this possession.
3rd and 10 at the 12. Trips left, receiver to right. Gun, one back. Back to throw is Green. Is it in the end zone? No, caught out of the end zone. 4th down.
He bobbled it, never actually had possession, and so it's going to be 4th down. And Trejo and Andy, the last 3 possessions, Crest inside the 20, and they're now just trying to get a field goal. The good news, though, up 35-0. This could be a lot worse than it already is.
Alex Trejo this time going to spot it down again at the 19 to 29-yard attempt.
All right, Rob, 29-yard. Let's see if this time we get a better snap down for Trejo as well.
Thank you very much. And we heard as Trejo went to the field, guys, we hear Coach Barnes saying, just kick, don't think about it. Trejo to attempt the field goal. The kick is up. And, guys, we've got a record-setting field goal for Alex Trejo. On the scoreboard update, sponsored by Medical Arts Pharmacy, it's now the Chargers 38, the Jaguars 0. This is Crest Charger football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Infrared heater from Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby. It's a 3-in-1 product, an infrared heater, a humidifier, and an air purifier with a 5-year factory warranty on the PTC heat element. The Echo SunTech infrared heater allows you to heat by zones instead of an entire area. Zone heating allows you to keep unoccupied areas cooler than normal, thereby reducing your heating bill. See one today at Cleveland Lumber Company, 217 Arrowwood Street in Shelby. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. Apply today and right today.
Field goal sets a record here at Crest High for field goals, breaking the record held by Trevor Austin. 38-0 Chargers. Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard. 1:08 left in the first half. Trejo keys it up. Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff.
Varsity trying to get a 11th player on the field. Actually, 11th and 12th.
Now he runs somebody off the field.
Yeah, luckily got him off just in time.
Trejo's kick. End over end, taken at the 11-yard line, 15, 20, 25, 30, and finally pulled out at the 35.
I'll see who the return man was. Nice return. And that was Chris McClure. This is the best starting field position of the night for Forest View. Problem is there's only 59 seconds to go, but Coach Medlin knows they need something big, Andy, to try to cut into this 38-0 lead to try to get something positive going into the halftime tonight.
Jaguar offense comes up with less than a minute to play now.
Problem, Andy, when you look at their numbers this year, their 2 losses were to Kings Mountain and to East Lincoln, and they were never down 38 points at any point of either one of those ball games.
Trips right, double wides left, shotgun empty backfield. Crawford keeps the football and is pulled down at the 38.
Foster brought him down.
Aaron
Ramsell brought him down. Correction on that play, and 2nd and 7. Varsy's in no hurry here as the clock continues to run. 40 seconds to go before the half. And they have no problem, Andy, Coach Barnes, with them running the ball. With the kind of weapons they've got, just run up the middle.
Empty backfield, trips right, double wides left. Back to throw, Crawford. Crawford over the middle, and it is caught at the Charger 47.
Mo Neal, who we've talked about, came in tonight with 9 receiving touchdowns. Great catch. Going to be a Forest View first down. 21 seconds to go.
That's the biggest gain of the night for the Jaguars,
Yep.
and Forest View with a timeout.
They've got a timeout. We'll keep it here with 21 seconds. And again, remind you that it will be the Absolute Collision halftime show. We're just minutes away from that. We'll look at this first half stats. And, boy, the big story has been Crest dominating on both sides of the ball, the short fields, the short possessions that they've been able to capitalize on. And really, Andy, it started right off the bat when they scored on just 2 plays on their opening drive to get the early 7-0 lead. And at Forest View, they need a score here before the half. They would get the ball to start the second half, so they're looking for something positive with 21 seconds to go.
And you got to throw it deep, Tim. You just don't have enough time to engineer a drive down the field.
No, that was a good play to Neal. He got about 15 yards, but that's not going to be enough to do it. With these final seconds.
Shotgun, one back. Got 4 receivers to the right side. Crawford takes the snap, rolling back to throw, going to throw the screen.
Oh, great play!
A great hit and incomplete.
Tremendous play, incomplete. Devontae Craig, Andy, they had that open, and if not for Craig, he may have went to the end zone that time. Set it up beautifully, but it didn't fool Devontae Craig.
It was intended for Messier.
And he had blockers. And Craig just shot in there to make the tackle. It was almost held it long enough for a fumble, but never had full control of it.
2nd and 10 at the 47. Gun, one back. Now an empty backfield. Trips right, double wides left. Crawford takes the snap, straight back to throw, has time. He's going to go deep.
He's got a man down there.
And it is incomplete at the 5-yard line.
And there again, you mentioned it earlier, Andy. I see 2 white jerseys, but then I see 3 green jerseys downfield for the Chargers. Good coverage. You got Foster, Hopper. That's hard to throw over those young men. And you had Dominique Roseborough in there. Good pass, but even better coverage.
6.9 seconds left in the half. 3rd and 10 at the Charger 47. This could be the last play of the first half. Trips right, double wides left. Gun, empty backfield. Crawford back to throw.
That's on a 3-man rush.
Steps up, in trouble. Goes down the right sideline, and it's caught. And down at the 10-yard line. That's the end of the first half.
Great catch. Mills, Andy, with a tremendous 6'3 receiver, but he does not get in the end zone, and that was just a tremendous athletic play. But what a first half. At the half, Crest leads 38-0 over Forest View in this 3A state quarterfinal. Rob, has a great play by Mills to end the half. The good positive play, even though the bad news, though, you're down 38-0 as we go down to you.
I tell you what, though, give the Crest defense credit as well as they come off the field and were able to keep them out of the end zone, even though they were able to complete that long pass. We got the Chargers leaving the field. We're going to see if we can catch up with head coach Mark Barnes. He's talking to some of his defensive players as they come off the field. Let's see if we can work our way through the crowd and catch up with him. Coach, thoughts on the first half?
Oh, we played great. You know, we came out with a lot of emotion, established a running game, and threw the ball effectively. We dropped some balls again. You know, late in that second quarter, we should have had a few more. Defensively, we played good. We've been good on special teams. I'm glad Trejo finally got that kick, you know, because he's been thinking about that a lot, and I think it's been influencing some. But I just proud of our guys and the effort that they took out on the field and the preparation and understand the importance of the night.
Coach, good luck in the second half.
I appreciate it.
Guys, I'll send it back up to you.
At halftime, Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard, Crest 38 and the Forest View Jaguars nothing. Crest Chargers playoff football on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Well, don't put them up there. He's thinking beats him by 7. So, but you know the funny thing. What? Oh, I'm just getting it tonight with athletes. You're going to be at home. I know East Rutherford, they barely beat East. That wasn't that bad of a win. We destroyed East Rutherford. West ran a lot better than Forest. But the key, what I want to see is second half focus. But you know, if someone wins, their fans will still say they'll come in here and run right over us. It took everything they had just to hang in with Forest View in that game. And we've left at least, 10 more points on the field. They're only 16-point favorites. They've left 10 more points on the field. I'll be 48-0, yeah. I think. You got scoring something?
Will it be, if we get up, if we score another touchdown, it'll be a running clock?
Yeah. Well, they're throwing Aaron out. They're eventually going to get one if we bring our subs in.
I don't know if he'll bring in many subs tonight.
I bet he will, depending on what happens early in the second half.
Field's in terrible shape.
We only got 233 total yards.
Don't need them when you got that kind of field position.
No. Well, no, I mean, 233 is pretty good.
Yeah.
Considering how short field position we have most of them.
Nice cold.
It is. I bet it's really cold for them, having tried to find a way to get back. They look like after that second score, though, they didn't want to be out here.
Yeah. 34.
All right, get ready.
We're at halftime here at Sid Bryson Stadium, Medical Arts Pharmacy playoff scoreboard. It's the Crest Chargers 38, Forest View nothing at the intermission.
And we welcome you into our Absolute Collision halftime show. And what a first half tonight by the Crest Chargers, the Crest High School Marching Band playing on the field. And Andy, before we look at our first half scoring summary, first half stats, unbelievable performance. And really it was a story when we look at this scoring summary of Crest continuing to have short fields, but Crest went right after Forest View in the first minute or two and put them in a major hole tonight.
Yeah, the Chargers had 14 points within a blink of an eye. And they just have dominated from the word say go here tonight in the quarterfinals.
Well, let's take a look at our first half scoring summary. It is sponsored by Putnam Distributors, and Andy mentioned it. It didn't take long. As a matter of fact, Andy, I don't know if Crest has scored much quicker than they did. How about in the first 25 seconds, 11:35 mark? Remember, they got the short kick, and I didn't like the short kick to start the ball game to give Crest great field position. They got a big run from Trey Harbison, and then it was Willie Green Jr. on the quarterback keeper. He went right in the middle of the Forest View defense, 32 yards. The extra point was good, and it was a 7-0 Crest lead at that point. Crest made it 14-0, but they got the ball right back after a 3-and-out for Forest View, and this time it was Trey Harbison and the Wildcat on a 1-yard touchdown run. Extra point was good, and Crest at that point had a 14-0 lead over Forest View. Crest would extend that lead, and Andy, this was a big play in the ball game. This time it was Willie Green II to Traquan Hopper, and Traquan, man, great job catching that ball, breaking away, and diving into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, he was very determined to get to pay dirt on that one.
Extra point was good, as we mentioned. Crest 21-0. Let's move to the second quarter, and it continues to be all Crest. 11:01 mark of the second quarter this time. This is after a turnover. Trey Harbison, a Forest View turnover. Trey Harbison on a 3-yard touchdown run. Trejo's kick was good, and it was 28-0 Crest. 8:19 mark, and again, and you're seeing these scores within 2 and 3 minutes of each other because Forest View is not able to get anything going offensively. 8:19 mark, it's Green for his second touchdown pass of the first half. This time to Preston Husky, Andy called it the 5. He took 2 nasty shots and just catapulted into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, spectacular play there for 6 more.
And then it was a record-setting field goal. Alex Trejo became the all-time leading field goal kicker, breaking Trevor Alston's record. He hit a 29-yarder. He missed one just minutes before then, but at the 3:13 mark, he made it happen, Andy. He got it. The field goal was good. And at that point, it was 38-0. And, man, what a career and what an unbelievable weapon he has been in his 4 years for the Crest Chargers.
And we knew back in his freshman days he had unlimited potential, and he gets that record breaker here tonight, Alex Trejo at Sid Bryson Stadium.
Yep, no doubt about that. So, an amazing first half, Crest dominant. And we will come back with our Absolute Collision halftime show. We'll have first half stats. Amy Foster doing a great job tonight. Crest in control, 38-0 in the 3A state quarterfinals. And we're coming back on KTCBroadcasting.com.
What's wrong?
Field goals. Oh, county record.
Where were the spots?
Not working on it.